Shit. What's up, everybody? Late night stream. It's going down in the YouTube world, in the internet,
Phew.
the MCU, whole bunch of shit. Some
Karma's
unexpected
a bitch. Karma is a bitch. But anyway, go on. How are you doing, brother?
doing. Well, I mean, I got my food, I'm relaxing. Um, didn't plan to stream this late, but we're here. Saw John Wick 4. You see John Wick 4 yet?
I haven't seen John Wick 4. I'm going to see Dungeons and Dragons today, do a review, probably tomorrow. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'll say one thing. Jonathan Majors is lucky he's black, because otherwise I'd be roasting the MCU right now, like hard. Like I'd be going in hard after the Ezra Miller shit that we had to go through, and all of the shit we've been going through with the Shazam stuff. People with smile. Like I've already got my YouTube video set up with $1 Million Man laughing over this shit. But
I mean, hey, if this ends up
as
being
always, because I keep it real, of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. That's how I roll. That's how I'll roll for life. And yeah, it wouldn't matter what race he is. I'd still say the same thing, even though I'm accused of different. Oh, I'm only like I'm an Ezra Miller supporter. I support abusers. No, I support the law.
right.
The law is you're innocent until proven fucking guilty. Anyway,
Unless there's evidence that proves, for example,
beyond the shadow of a doubt.
For example, let's say there's a video of me breaking into a store, right? And I'm already, convicted and stuff, all that. But people see the video of me breaking into the store. My crime is that I broke into a store, stole some money from the register, and shot the cashier. Well, I'm still innocent until proven guilty, but if people in the public see the evidence against me, that pretty much shows what I did. It's kind of hard at that point. But at this point, we was not there. We don't really know what has happened. But I do have an article real quick that basically breaks down everything. Shouts out to Variety.
I'll be back in a second. I want to hear this. But yeah, no. Start it. I'll catch up.
Okay. Well, I can wait. I can wait a bit. I can wait. What's good with you, Josh? He played Damien a little too well. Sometimes art imitates life. Hopefully, this isn't the case of art imitating life all that much. But it might appear to be so. I have an Ezra Miller 2.0 on our hands. We don't know yet. Hopefully, none of this is true. And I've seen some people on Twitter getting mad at people saying we hope none of this is true. Like, yeah, we hope that Jonathan Majors didn't fucking choke out a woman. I hope it's not true. I started seeing that. I'm not sure if you've seen it or man. People kind of making people feel bad for saying they hope this isn't true. Not sure.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that, but it doesn't surprise me. But the kind of thing is, I have to say, Karma's a bit of a bitch, man, because like according to the so-called people that we were, having our discussion with about Ezra Miller, who were claiming we were abuser supporters and all of this kind of shit, and all of the stuff we went through on Twitter and blah 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 during that period. According to them, just off this accusation alone, we should take out Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, take that out of cinemas, bro. They wanted to basically the Flash to never see the light of day just because of some accusations, right?
Yeah.
A film that had already been shot, completely done, 200 million in the hole. Let's never put it in cinemas because of because of the one actor's behavior. Forget all the other people, the CGI people, the other directors, everything that, the director, the other actors, all of their hard work. Let's just trash it. Yeah. So keep that fucking energy the same. I want Ant-Man Quantumania out of cinemas immediately. Just because the guy's been accused. No proof. No absolute proof. But he's been accused, so he's guilty, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's take
Says
Ant-Man Quantumania out of cinemas. How about we cancel that Loki series? Please.
might
Thank
as
you.
well.
Do that as well. I think we're gonna have to rewrite Phase 5, aren't we? Like with Kang being such a major character in it.
Right.
You know, like this is what I'm talking about. I want them to keep that energy the same because now these people are coming out, same people who were doing that shit. Oh, it's now they want it's the law is Bible now, right? It's innocent
Right.
until
Wait for proof. As
and
we've been telling everybody. And like in this situation here, I want to wait until proof. I want to wait and see, until they go to court and take all the shit there. I would just wait until the end result. Let's say he is somehow innocent. This is still not going to be good for his career and it's going to suck. And if he is guilty, I mean, his career is totally screwed at this point. And him being a black actor, oh yeah, he's black.
Well, this is what I was gonna say. Like, this is exactly what I was gonna say as well. I have like these two sides of me that I'm dealing with at the moment, where it's like there's one side of me that's I've always said this in any situation. I want to hear the other guy's side of the story. It's not fair to do a trial by media, and ruin someone's career over that. You have to hear the other side of the story. You have to hear what's up. So there's that side of me, and there's a side of me that's like, look, this guy's a black guy as well. I know exactly how the media and these people, they're not going to come to his support like they did with Johnny Depp. If he's innocent, you won't see all those people like, oh yeah, he's definitely innocent. They'll see black man violence.
It's
probably true.
Hollywood doesn't care about Jonathan like they care about Johnny Depp either.
That's also true, but I don't. It could be Denzel Washington, bro, and I'm telling you.
I mean, if it was Denzel, Hollywood,
he would not. He would not get as much support as Johnny Depp. I'm telling you that. Like, Denzel, not immediate.
I think he would.
Look, let me explain what I'm trying to say here, right?
Yeah.
If he was finally proven innocent, of course he'd get the support.
Right.
But what I'm saying is some of the immediate belief is like, oh, maybe he did it. That's how how they view black people in comparison to and especially those people who are looking for those poster boys of the men are abused as well. Men can be abused as well. Those kind of guys. They were looking for someone like Johnny Depp. They don't roll with people like Ezra Miller or roll with people like this guy to go, oh, maybe he's innocent, or maybe look at the situation in a more nuanced way. That's what I'm trying to say. But yes, of course, if he's proven innocent clearly, then yes, I'm sure people will come to his support.
Right. Well, looking at how a lot of certain men attacked him for wearing pink,
right.
I mean, I don't think. I think this will be a lot of their moment for they finally got him, get him out of Hollywood because he's he's ruining the perception of black men. Yeah, cancel him. Now
I didn't want you to show this yet, by the way. I thought
let me get to
the other article first, and then we could look at it.
So the reason I'm going to Variety first is because Variety put alleged, as they should. I didn't see any other articles doing it. Other people saying either, trying to make it definitive that he assaulted this girl or whatever. They didn't say alleged. Variety is keeping it real as they should.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Majors was arrested on Saturday in New York on domestic violence allegations after a dispute with a 30-year-old woman. According to a statement from the NYPD, the woman told officers that she was assaulted and was taken to the hospital with minor injuries to her head and neck. A representative for Majors denied the allegations. He has done nothing wrong, Majors spokesperson said in a statement to Variety. We look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up. Anything you want to say so far?
No. It's just interesting. I'd like to know, as I said, the other side of things and what they mean by to say so emphatically that he's innocent so far. That's interesting, especially when I align it with the stuff that has come out afterwards,
Right,
which
because
you'll
I mean,
see
if
in the
there
other
is,
article.
real quick, if there is injuries, not saying that they aren't, right? I said we need to see this. If there is injuries to her, then that is going to be
Well,
proof
it could be
enough.
self-defense. It could
Yeah, I
always
mean,
be.
could be, it could be. I'm not saying you're wrong. Not saying you're wrong, but they're accusing him. So they're accusing him of strangulation too. So if there is bruises around her neck and it appears she was strangled for some time, then it's
Yeah,
not going to
that's
be a
not
good
good.
look for him.
It's not going to be good.
According to the police statement, the officers received a 911 call around 11:14 a.m. A preliminary investigation determined that a 33-year-old male was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female. Police said the victim informed police she was assaulted. Officers placed the 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was moved to an area hospital in stable condition. The police statement listed several potential charges: strangulation, assault, and harassment. The actor recently starred in several major studio films. He played Damian Anderson in Creed 3 against director and co-star Michael B. Jordan. He also recently starred as a Marvel villain, Kang the Conqueror, in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. His latest picture, which originally premiered at Sundance, is titled Magazine Dreams, which has been acquired by Searchlight Pictures and is set to come to theaters on December 8th. The actor has also signed to join Amazon Studios, The Understudy. What's up, MSK? What's up, WZ? WZ said, "This is crazy. Not gonna lie. Hopefully fake." What up, MSK? Fuzzy One. He said,
Yeah,
Ezra and
was
Depp
it?
are two. Fuzzy One says Ezra and Depp are two different situations. Depp was with a
With
proven
a proven
pathological
pathological
liar.
liar.
Ezra, on the other hand, was caught on video multiple
He was
times.
caught on a one videotape,
One video.
and the reason that they want to cancel him, and the reason that they wanted to cancel the Flash, was about other accusations that have no proof to them and are so far away from the initial thing, which is a drunken bar thing where he, again, I have to specify this, very, very lightly put a girl down, like, it's terrible, shouldn't have happened. It was terrible, shouldn't have happened, whatever. But from what we saw in the video, there was no way what he did could have injured her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It wasn't
that's
it
why
wasn't a,
that's why when I first seen the video,
we
it
thought it
looked
was a play fight.
it
That's why.
looked like they was playing right now. That follow up with that girl, clearly she worked something out with Ezra because he didn't.
She did press charges, basically.
She never pressed charges for that. Right now, I don't know if they was playing around or not. It looked like they wasn't. They probably was. But when I first saw that video, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It looked like they was fucking playing. It looked like they was playing. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looked like they was playing around. But
But in any
regarding that, yes,
case,
there's still other crimes he committed, but still,
it's breaking and entering, right?
Mhm.
So breaking and entering into his neighbors and apparently
Stole their
stealing a
social security
bottle of.
card.
No, that wasn't that. That was not that. The thing that he pleaded guilty to was breaking and entering and stealing a bottle of like liquor from a neighbor. That's all that he's pleaded guilty to. Nothing else that has come out. Even the thing with the girl that was caught on video, none of that has he pleaded guilty to. So we've never heard his side of the things. Now, on balance, do I think that he probably did some of these things? Yes, I do. Especially the thing with the assault of the girl. I think there's sufficient evidence, and the fact he hasn't said anything to say to me that, oh, where there's smoke, there's fire. But there's other more serious accusations like grooming of children and all of this kind of stuff that has no weight, nothing to it. And people were saying, let's cancel The Flash. Let's take this $200 million movie.
Yeah, and that's the
because
thing.
of that.
That's the thing real quick with the grooming situation. None of that has been proven. So so if you want to talk about the Hawaii incident of him, stealing a person's social security card, starting stuff at that party, yeah. But as far as the grooming allegations and shit, there's no proof as of yet that shit is true, right? No proof as of yet. So those we can't really use, but the stuff that he did get caught doing, yes. But as of now, there's people trying to cancel the movie over that. Like, that's not a reason to cancel this movie that other people worked on. Ezra Miller is not the only person in the movie. Michael Keaton's also in the movie.
Yeah.
Sasha Kali, Andy Muschietti directed
That's
it.
her first major movie in role. You know what I'm saying? And you want to cancel. So I'm just saying, keep the energy the same. And also, by the way, Fuzzy One, just to make clear, when you look at the rest of the stuff on Jonathan Majors that we're going to show you, actually this situation is more comparable than you would think. So now you're just basing it on this one thing that has come out about the abuse charge that has come out. And yes, if it was just that, you could say, all right, I'm exaggerating a bit. Like, this isn't comparable. It's one thing. We don't know what happened. We need to wait to see what's happening. But actually, when you look at what I'm going to show you later, you'll see this is actually a very comparable situation. So.
All right. Well, that's it of the Variety article on this situation. Like I said, it's not a lot about it.
But what are your thoughts? Sorry, because
so real quick, the article didn't follow up and talk about supposedly the reason him and this girl got into the altercation was over a phone, and she saw some messages in his phone, and then he started fighting back at her. But I don't know if that's true or where it came from. I saw that on Twitter. Because the reason the fight started was over her looking into his phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. It was so apparently the reason was she's his girlfriend or something like that. She's getting jealous that he was flirting with another girl. She wanted to look at his phone, and this is how the altercation allegedly started. Now, to me, there's a possibility. There's two possibilities. There's two possibilities. Either she's lying completely. There's two possibilities that would make him innocent, should I say. Either she's lying completely, or it was a matter of self-defense somehow, that she started attacking him and he was trying to stop her from attacking him. That's the only two ways you can see it. As like, obviously that would give him some justification. So I hope that's true, because I like Jonathan Majors. I think he's a great actor. I saw him as a potential new kind of Denzel Washington. I'm always happy to see a young black talented man make it in Hollywood, because I know it's so hard. So I hope all of this is false. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. But it also kind of makes me feel like I just hope that, I want to see people keep the energy the same. That's all I'm saying. Or maybe redress some of the ways that they look at other people in franchises that they don't like, because they're quick to do it in franchises. They don't like to quickly cancel someone. Maybe they'll think twice about that kind of behavior in future
when it happens to their franchise. And I see your point in that, because it's not fair to for people to want to cancel the Flash movie over one actor's wrongdoings. But I've been seeing on Twitter, I see people, especially MCU fans, panicking like, oh my gosh, well, what are we gonna do now? The major villain of the next couple phases is doing this. The MCU screwed. Like, um, well, this is what happens when you prey on something like the Flash's downfall and want that movie to be completely canceled because of one actor's issues and stuff. And guess what? Same thing might happen here. I mean, it might actually happen here. They might derail. This might derail a whole bunch of things for the MCU because of what Jonathan Majors did, and they might, not put out. Maybe they might not put out Loki season 2 because Jonathan Majors in it. I think they will, but what if they don't? You see?
So we haven't asked a question. Like, obviously, I really hope this isn't true. You know, as I
I
said, I
hope it isn't
really,
either.
really like again, really like this guy's acting. Even liked him as Kang, even though I thought it was mishandled. I thought his performance was really good. You know, this is a young man went to Yale. You know, young black man went to Yale. You know, I want this guy to be a good influence on other black actors and other people,
Right.
black, you know, other people from minority backgrounds trying to make it in Hollywood. I really want this guy because I think he's such a good actor. But what if this is true? What do you think should happen?
I mean, look, if they decide, if the Marvel Cinematic Universe decides they want, well, first he should face the proper legal action.
Hmm.
Um, Two, if these outlets decide to drop him and stuff. Now, mind you, Disney is not Warner Brothers; they're two separate companies. Warner Brothers decided to, for example, when Disney canceled James Gunn, they hired him. They decided to keep on Ezra Miller. They decided to keep on Amber Heard. They got rid of Johnny Depp, which is very contradictory, but you get my point. They're more willing to take on some problematic people, you know?
Hmm.
If the Marvel Cinematic Universe decides to drop him, will I really be mad at it? I mean, yeah, it's gonna be fucked up, but then it's like this he's problematic. Is if this is true and he did it, I can understand why they would want to drop him. Right now, we um not sure if he was doing
Can
any.
you do you think you can just recast at this point?
Yeah, it's still early. Now, this is the thing. When you because remember the scene with all those kings, they're all
Hmm.
literally Jonathan Majors, so it's like fuck. They
Yeah,
made,
it
you
will be
go back
hard
and
to get someone to replace him because he's so talented as well. You know,
yeah, you go back
clearly
to
he.
you go to Loki season 1. There's a statue of his face and all that in it. I mean, you can easily recast at this point. They're not in too deep. It's not like they've already filmed Avengers 5 and Kang Dynasty with him in it yet.
Yeah.
But this is going to derail some plans because they have to recast and restructure where to
And
put
they
him
have
in.
to, the thing is, they have to work out what they're doing within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Because if you look at the plans of, you know, their schedule, you know, especially with Loki and stuff like that,
Ross
they
Dogs
have to
broke.
they have to work out what they're doing real quick. So that's
Yeah,
kind of going to be unfortunate on him because I don't know how long this investigation is going to take to be able to, you know, hopefully clear his name.
hopefully it gets
Um,
resolved quick. Real quick, Ross Dogs Broken Spirit said, "Less a woman get you that upset. What the hell was he thinking?" Well, we don't know if this look because I can see it one of two ways. Like Nerman said, self defense or straight up, he went on the offense and over exaggerated. Maybe when she saw these messages, she started doing something like like pushing him and hitting him like, why the hell you talking to her? Why the hell you talking to her? And he was like, yo, back the fuck up off me. Or it was like, she looked into his phone. He got really pissed off because I've seen some dudes that do this before. They see a girl that looks into their phone, and then and a girl accuses them of cheating, and they're probably doing the cheating, and then they smack the girl. I I know some people that would literally exaggerate about that and do something. So it can go one of those two ways. Either she done something, hit him, or he just straight up hit her first, unprovoked, out of nowhere. Right. So now he is the man. At a he is stronger, and at a point he does need to. There you can only go so far when it comes to using physically going at somebody. There's only so much you can do, and you cannot do too much if you get what I'm saying. There's levels to defending yourself. When it comes, you got to use your physical strength. But we don't have enough info to really say how this went. Is it self defense on his part, or is he was straight up on the offensive and did this? Right. Because we still need to hear her side directly, and we need to hear Jonathan's side. We only heard we only have the information the police gave us right now.
Well, pull up the article I just I sent.
You want to pull up
I don't
yours
know.
or mine?
Yeah. Pull up.
Yours.
Yeah, mine. So this has happened. Who is this? Who's this? This is by Direct. What are they?
By the Direct, MC Direct.
Okay, so I don't know how reputable a source this is.
I mean, they mainly talk about MCU related. I mean, they talk about DC and Marvel related stuff. They don't really talk about a whole bunch of stuff.
But this has
they
come
talk
out.
About Star Wars, Marvel, or DC. They're very limited with what they cover.
But this has come out, and this is why I say this is actually akin to what happened with Ezra Miller. So, do you want to read it, or I'll read it, whichever one.
I can read it. Following Jonathan Majors' arrest on Saturday, the actor received major backlash online, being labeled, among things, a vicious, cruel, abusive human being.
Wow, already.
Wait, on Saturday. Okay, yeah. The King actor, yeah, I'm like, this should happen today. Okay. Well, yesterday. The King actor vehemently praised for his performance in Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and set to be the lead star of the Avengers King Dynasty, was arrested in New York City for allegedly physically assaulting his girlfriend. Majors and his representatives claim he is innocent, and the actor is currently out of custody. With this news, though, Twitter users began to speak out against Majors. Now, I've seen some tweets of an actor coming out and saying like trying to add more to the situation. And yeah, this isn't the first time Jonathan has done something abusive like this. He done this stuff before.
Right.
If I can find, let me find.
Well, this is it. This is it. If you look down.
Okay. As news of Jonathan Majors' arrest broke, the Twitter users began making their perspectives known about the Avengers 5 actor. Back in February, filmmaker A.B. Allen tweeted about the beloved actor who in actuality is a vicious, cruel, abusive human being. There's a particular actor relatively new on the scene who Twitter has violently fallen head over heels for. In actuality, is a vicious, cruel, abusive human being, both professionally and in his personal life. And every new viral thirst tweet about him drives me insane. Okay, now real quick. Not trying to dismiss these people's, but look, I in general, I'm not a huge fan of people that like dogpile on some. Okay, let's say I come out about something, right? And sometimes it takes someone to encourage other people to do stuff, but people just like start to come out like, yeah, he was doing this abusive stuff back in the day. Like this is nothing new. Like, so he was doing abusive shit. You knew about it, and you didn't.
So why didn't you say anything? Yeah,
right. But so that's the thing. It's like, so he was doing some foolishness. It's like if let's say for example, someone comes out and says I was raped by this man, and people come out, yeah, he raped this girl I knew.
It's like, why didn't you say that before? So
yeah,
that you stop somebody else from being abused. Now,
right.
I agree with you on that. However, I think this tweet. I think according to this tweet, according to this article, pardon me, this tweet came out before these accusations. before the 26th of March. So this specific tweet that you just read there came out before. And so following the news, if you read the next bit, following the news, that person then went tweeted ding ding ding. So he was saying, "See, I told you so."
Following the news of major arrests, a user tweeted, "Now we know who this tweet was about." With a screenshot of AB Allen's previous post, Allen then simply responded, "Ding ding ding ding." When pressed on why the user now will not share more despite the public at large seemingly seeing evidence of what was posted, AB Allen explained that it would still expose people who have been hurt. Okay. The specifics of what I know, unfortunately, would still expose people who have been hurt and deserve not to become part of some larger media inquiry if they do not want to. So I'm not going to get into the details, but now y'all know what his deal is. So look, that's it. I get it. You want to, but it's like,
I know it's not valid,
let's say
and again, I'm not. Yeah, go on.
No, man. Let's say I'm sitting on information of a let's say there's someone I don't know them, but I know them. We're not friends, and I know they're a serial killer, and I see them every night taking bodies down into their basement, right?
Then you're an accessory.
Into the back of their house or something, inside those
Mm,
little those cabinet doors that open up. I see them taking bodies out there every night, right?
yeah.
And someone and our other neighbor finally sees it, calls the cops, and exposes it. And then I finally decide to speak and say, "Yeah, I saw him taking those bodies down there for like the past 2 months." It's like, what? You saw him taking bodies down there for the past 2 months? Why didn't you say nothing? Well, look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to dismiss this man's words and say that, but it's like, if someone's doing abusive shit, get these motherfuckers. Like,
Right, exactly.
stop letting
Stop letting them.
them like. I
Yeah,
get it. You don't
it
want to
took
expose,
it
but
took Ezra Miller to have like some situation before all of these people came out of the woodworks and like started saying, "Oh, well, he groomed my child and he did." So you're gonna let somebody who you think grooms children just walk around freely in fucking
right,
Hollywood? You know what I'm saying? And
unless
75 YBA, by the way, right?
yeah,
Our position always, I believe it was both me and your position, K Dots, was that let the Flash come out and then recast Ezra Miller.
yeah,
That is the most logical thing to do since you've made a $200 million movie. At least recoup some of your money for it. Make sure that the people who worked on this movie, who did it in good faith, get what they are deserve
yeah,
or rewarded for that, and then fire Ezra Miller as soon as the movie comes out, and
rush into
recast
the
or
next.
whatever. Right? But people were going, no, let's cancel the fucking movie from existence.
Yeah, which is
So that's why I'm saying, okay, you should be saying right now, those same people should be saying right now, according to these reports by not only the woman who's, pressed charges against Jonathan Majors, but also this report as well. Well, keep the energy the same. Take Ant-Man and the Wasp out of cinemas, right?
let it stop making money since a abuser is in it, and we
Right.
don't know yet.
Even though we don't know, it's the same fucking thing.
Right, these
So
are just allegations at the moment. Allegations. And this is where people are already starting. We're running with allegations as fact. We don't know what's fact. We don't know if this is true. All I know is that
mm,
Jonathan Majors allegedly did something.
yeah, and I wouldn't have said anything to anyone if they had just said, "Oh yeah, let the movie come out and then recast Ezra Miller."
Yep.
I wouldn't have been there trying to say anything about that. I would have been like, "Okay, that makes sense to me." So it was only because of this response of, "Oh, let's cancel the whole movie," and then to add to that, Ezra Miller hadn't actually at that time been charged with anything. He was still under the presumption of innocence, as you are until you are proven guilty.
Yes.
So just like this, in this case, Jonathan Majors is innocent still. That's how the law works. He has a, you are protected by this veil of innocence until you are determined by a jury of your peers to be guilty due to evidence provided in court. So that's how I feel about every situation when it comes to these things.
Same
But
here.
people don't seem to feel the same way.
Now, mind you, unless I see something, for example, the people who killed XXX Tentacion, right? Now it took 5 years for them to finally get convicted, but video evidence came out showing that they was the ones who, went to go purchase masks to go and kill him, and they caught him on camera doing it. That's why I knew they was guilty from day one. Yeah, you got to wait until they sentence him, but already found them guilty even before the sentencing. But that's because I saw evidence that proved they was guilty of what they were accused of doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
exactly.
it's not like this situation. Like there's no video evidence. I like
it's
there's no phone
Jonathan Major's
call,
word
nothing
against
verbal.
hers,
Yeah,
basically.
it's that. Yeah, at the moment it's his word against her and her word against his. Like that's all it is at the moment. Now there's injuries that she may have sustained, but was in self defense. Was it was Jonathan did Jonathan completely just like lash out and attack her from jump? What was it? I don't know. Because it's always more than just what the media tells. Like the police just gave us a little report. They still got to investigate into this even further. The investigation's not over because I think there was in a taxi. They're going also gonna have to ask the taxi driver like what happened, because that person is pretty much a witness to what happened. The taxi driver.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's
They
a
was in a
taxi
taxi,
driver.
right? They said it was a taxi.
Go back and see, because I didn't know that. Because if there's a taxi driver, that's really
Let me
important.
bring it up because I think they was in a taxi. Let me see. Darn. Let me go up all the way up. Boom, boom, boom. According to a statement from NYPD, told the woman told the officer that she was assaulted and was taken to the hospital with minor injuries to her head and neck.
I don't think they'd release that type of information, really.
Yeah,
If
I
they
was
were
seeing
doing.
that going around that they was in a taxi. They was in a vehicle though. They was in a vehicle. I'm assuming it was probably a taxi. And they were sitting in the back seat. It was more. I believe it was probably a taxi, Uber, either one. But if there was somebody else in that vehicle, that person can tell us exactly what went down based off what they saw.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I want to take it back to just this thing of, like, for instance, I'm going to bring up Tyrone Magnus. Just the other day, I see, and I like Tyrone. It's nothing against him, but I see, his,
Oh, did he already talk about this?
yeah, I see his thumbnail for Shazam: Fury of the Gods bombs, and it's him laughing. Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
It's like it's that.
he's a Zack Snyder stan, so it's
No,
kind of
exactly. I get that, right? But it's just this kind of thing. Like, these are human beings' lives. There are people behind this.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's not. I know they're rich and whatever, and they make movies and whatever, and they're some of the luckiest people in the world. It's true. But in the end of the day, they're still fucking human beings. And why you would decide like you want to like dance on people's fucking graves or whatever, it's just beyond me. In these kind of situations, and it's only because they don't like a franchise, or
yeah,
because, oh, this franchise ruined my childhood because it didn't do things exactly the way like some cartoon I watched, when I was a kid did it. That kind of mentality to me is just like, that's the toxicity of this fucking of stuff that's going on now. It's like, just be level-headed, separate the art from the artist, and judge the person for what they've done on the basis of what they've done, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can separate like the fact that you maybe don't like a movie from, I'm gonna like celebrate its failure, because celebrating its failure is like
What's up,
just
Terrence?
kicking someone when they're down. You know what I mean? Like, you've got this guy, this director now, who doesn't want to do superhero movies anymore. He's a good director,
Well,
no matter
even
what you want to say about it.
yeah, recently with the stuff I've seen with Zachary Levi, and that been bothering me the most because people are bashing him for like speaking up on all the stuff he's talking about, trying to use that, trying to say like, oh, he using that as a defense to like to tell people to basically tell people that the movie's bombing because of this and that, when it's like, and people that have like been supporting this new DC stuff and trying to give Shazam, Fear the Gods a chance, Flash a chance, even Aquaman 2, anything that's not Snyderverse, I see them bashing Zachary Levi too. But it's like, this man did nothing wrong. He's out here doing something that Warner Brothers wasn't doing, promoting the damn movie. Seems I seen all the actors, same the actor for Pedro, the girl who played Darla. I seen them putting more effort into talking about their movie and market it more than the damn studio. It seems like they're the ones that care. Like he's trying to support his movie. I mean, it's not to say that it's going to do anything and change the box office, but shit, he's trying to fucking support his movie. Is what all he's
Yeah,
doing.
I mean, I agree with that. I think some of the stuff he's doing now is a little bit like not unprofessional. I understand it, because when you're there and you see this kind of what's happening to the movie, and it's a good movie. I think a lot of people, more people, if they gave it a chance, would like it. I'm not saying everyone would like it, but I'm saying a lot more people would like it if they gave it a chance. So I can see that he's responding to that toxicity and he's trying to defend the movie, but at the same time, blaming The Rock, blaming Dwayne Johnson, I don't think that's what he exactly did. I think the internet ran with
I
that. He
think
was blaming. I think he was
what
just
I think he
saying
was
this
what I
was
think he
this.
was doing. I think he was responding to the people specifically going like, why wasn't Black Adam and the Rock and the Shazam more connected? When I mean he gave pretty much valid reasons. The Rock was literally crippling the cameos. He didn't want there to be a cameo. He didn't want
You didn't want there to
Justice
be
Society,
connective tissue. Yeah.
right? And which
And I
which in a
completely
way,
believe that, considering everything that The Rock was saying
right? Because I
in the
mean, look,
promotional
Norman, I'll be
stuff.
honest with you. I guarantee you, if not saying he had to, I was fine with the villains we got for the second film. But if let's say he was the villain of Shazam 2, would have made a lot more money. I guarantee that.
I
Probably would
think
have
it
made
would have
like billions
made.
of dollars. But I think it would have made
I
at
think
least
it would have made about the same as Black Adam, so it would have made its money back at least.
yeah, would have
That's
made
what
his
I
money
do
back.
think. If it was Black Adam, however, that being said, I think there's a lot more things that contributed to to this specific film not succeeding. So yes, it's true that if he was in it,
Right,
it would have been it would have
it would have
done better.
did something more. Yeah.
I think the franchise itself would have done a lot better if Black Adam was just in the first Shazam. Like, if you to be quite honest, I know what you're saying. Like, it's better for him. It's better for
I
him
think it
to
should have
be
been
in the
third.
third movie. I get it. I get it. But if you look at
Well,
it,
it's simply
like,
because if with a trilogy, you at the end of it, you gotta go big or go home. You can't. Christopher Nolan said it. You can't scale back down. Like, you have to
yeah,
either
but you could
build
have
up
done
slow.
like something like the Return of Black Adam for the third film or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm just saying that generally speaking, successful franchises and superhero movies do start off with the big villain. You know what I mean? Especially DC. If you look at most DC kind of movies, at least the first time a hero comes to cinema, they face their main villains, and it's usually worrying when they don't. But that's fine.
Well, I'm saying it in the
It already
aspect of
happened. It
since
already
it's a
happened that
cinematic
they
universe. Since it's a cinematic universe, that's why I said do a third
I
movie because
I completely understand your logic.
right.
But
If it's
here's the
just a
thing.
trilogy in its own universe, then yeah, Black Adam
Here's
fits
the
the bill.
thing. If Zachary Levi is to keep it real and be honest with himself, even though I know that The Rock not being in the films or not connecting with the films properly did harm the box office. If he were to keep it real, James Gunn also harmed the box office by doing the shit he did with the firing of Henry Cavill, with announcing everything the way he did prior to this movie even coming out. He
I
could
mean,
have
yeah,
done that. He could have
that's
done
part of
some
it
of
too.
that shit. He could have done some of that shit after these movies came out. They could have pushed so that these movies came out earlier if they wanted to start the ball rolling quicker. They could have pushed so these movies came out a little bit earlier. Maybe Shazam comes out in Christmas or just after 3 weeks of Avatar being out in cinemas or something like that. You
I
know
mean,
what I'm
hey,
saying?
Nerman, I said this and I was telling you guys, let's just wait it out for the slate. A lot of people was saying, "Well, James, what's the slate? James, what's the slate? Gave y'all the slate." Now look, this is the thing, right? Yes, him announcing the slate did hurt it, but there is a lot of childish people that have this new mentality that they can't watch a movie that's not connected to a greater universe. There's a lot of
Yeah, which
people
is
that were
bullshit.
saying, "I can't watch Shazam because it's not going anywhere." That doesn't mean anything because if you watch Shazam 1, then go watch Shazam 2. If you didn't like Shazam 1, well, I understand why you wouldn't want to go watch Shazam 2 because you didn't like the first movie. But if you
Yeah,
like superhero
the
movies in
first one.
general, go watch Shazam 2. If you like DC movies, go watch Shazam 2. There's many reasons to go watch Shazam 2. But I think now, Nerdman, people are, as I think majority of people not watching is people that have the mentality that I'm saying. They're not watching Shazam 2 because it's not going nowhere. That's the reason
Yeah,
they're not watching it. Because
yeah,
it's not going nowhere.
and
There's no
it's
point.
also what you're seeing is the last relics of the MCU fan base, like who are supporting like stuff like Ant-Man, right, and the Wasp. But I think there is a decline in superhero movies in general. So laughing about this Shazam 2, I hope this doesn't happen, but karma can be a bitch because if some other major
Same thing.
superhero movies start not performing as well at the box office, you know what I'm saying? Then it's over for us. And I like superhero movies. I want them to come out. I want them to come out a lot less. I don't think you need 9 a year. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
They need to scale it back with some.
I think they need to scale it back. Make sure you make at least 1 or 2 good, really good ones a year. Focus on that. Not like fucking 4 or 5 flood the market and shit like that. So that other, because that makes critics who are against superhero movies, makes them extra venomous.
No, man.
It makes filmmakers who feel like these movies are taking up cinema space, it makes them extra venomous. It's not true. It's nothing to do with superhero movies. It's because most of their movies are shit. That's the fact of it. I'm not talking about Scorsese. Scorsese's movies are tight, but like some of these other cinema filmmakers have no right to be coming out. Didn't the guy who did, and I like this director, but the guy who did Independence Day came out and said, "Oh yeah, these superhero movies are taking over cinemas." What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? But
Wait.
anyway, go on.
Herman,
What's
since he's
happened?
here, gotta introduce the only reasonable MCU fan in existence, my good friend, Chillmonger. Let me introduce him into the fold with some. Should I open him up with some DC or Marvel? How should he be greeted into here? DC or Marvel, Nerdman? It's your
DC.
choice.
No, you can do it any way you want.
All right, I'll give him. You know what? I got something special for you guys. Get ready for Chill. MCU fan is here.
Allegedly. I appreciate the way you titled this video. Jonathan Majors arrested for alleged assault in New York. That is very accurate. We cannot just go off of, there's an accusation against us.
And we only read articles that say alleged in them. We don't read articles that say alleged.
Believe all conquerors.
Believe all them kings.
Believe all conquerors. What the hell does that mean? Have you been following what we've been discussing? What our take on it?
No, I just got online. I saw an invitation, and I'm like, oh, we're 50 minutes in. Okay.
Yeah.
Go see the Josh cinema.
You know, we were just going back to the Ezra Miller accusations and just saying, look, it's kind of, it's funny. I don't hope people keep the energy the same because I think it's wrong to do what people did to Ezra Miller to anyone, i.e., to assume guilt based on accusations, to do a trial by media essentially, rather than actually go with a court case, have the person, or not a court case, but just go with the legal process, should I say, right? And determine the guilt and innocence of somebody via that. That's all I'm interested in.
I think
Anything else that news media says is noise to me, unless there's actual, indisputable proof of the person's guilt, like video or whatever, something that really, really proves it. It's noise to me. I need to, as I said, the legal process to be followed.
Ezra Miller has videos getting arrested. The chokeslam video, that's 2 right there. And then Ezra Miller posted Instagram stuff about can't catch me on another dimension. We have tangible things to go off of. With Jonathan Majors, we have the day after a bruising and an accusation, and that's just
we also
haven't seen this bruising and stuff they talk. I'm not saying she was not bruised, but usually they release that.
Yeah, no, exactly. But we also have
pictures and stuff.
We also have the directors or people who came from
came out the
basically from his theater career, who have come out and said, yes, we've known about this behavior of Jonathan Majors before. And what we were saying, Killmonger, is that we had no problem with people saying, oh, we think Ezra Miller's guilty, and you can't have this kind of behavior and these news headlines around a movie, so let the Flash come out and then recast him. But no, they were trying to use that to viciously campaign against the Flash, which is a movie they already didn't want to come out. By the way, it was prior to that they were calling it the Flash and all of this kind of stuff. So they used that, right, to further their own agenda, okay, to take out this movie. Now, I'm just saying those same people, right, should be saying, according to the news that's come out so far, that hey, take Ant-Man and the Wasp out of cinemas, right? Because
you can't have Avengers Kang Dynasty anymore. You can't have that. Loki season 2. Let's try to minimize the role. Let's Amber Heard him so where there's less scenes.
Right.
But so if all of these are to come to fruition, so I came in here hot, like it's all alleged. I know nothing. Okay, I'm playing the Marvel team. I'm not actually completely behind him. He could be guilty for everything he's done. There seems to be.
You saw so you don't know the story of what happened.
Okay, I guess I don't. Please fill me in.
We can. Is the article short? We can just go over it again real quick so you're caught up. So basically, according to a statement from NYPD, the woman from the NYPD, the woman told officers that she was assaulted and was taken to the hospital with minor injuries to her head and neck.
But going to the hospital for the injuries to the head and neck may just be part of the committing to the bit. If she's lying, I'm just saying.
Right. If he has done, a representative for Majors denied the allegations. He has done nothing wrong. Major spokesperson said in a statement to Variety, "We look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up." According to the police statement, the officers received a 911 call around 11:14 a.m. A preliminary investigation determined that a 33-year-old male was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female, police said. The victims informed police he was assaulted Officers placed a 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. The police statement listed
First of all,
several
none of
charges,
that is
strangulation and harassment.
But the strangulation harassment wasn't caught on camera. It was a day later. There's so much room for framing somebody. They may have broken up, and this is the way that she could get back at him, or he did it. Also, that's also possible. And it took her a day to get it together.
Well, that's why it was also rumors going around that not rumors, but the reason she grabbed the phone. So he was looking through his phone and she saw a message. She thought he was like cheating with some other dude, which was not in none of these articles like that. And I guess she probably like
so can I get this straight?
Hit him and he hit her back. I don't know exactly what's like. There's so much.
I heard that
at that point. There's so much wiggle room of how it started because they was inside of a taxi.
Now there's a cab driver.
Can I get this straight?
There's a driver that can give us more information on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So according to this article, she didn't call the police just during or around the time of the assault. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was at 11 a.m. the next morning.
11:14 a.m.
Oh, okay. So that's an interesting thing.
What up, Bell?
Look at Bell. Bell is ready to just compare this to the DC chaos. This is not the same thing, okay? This is a first ever.
Bell, you want to come in here and slander the MCU? It's their opportunity.
Yeah, we should dance on their graves, man. Let's all three of us. Bell, come on, let's dance on their graves, bro.
I mean, look, MC. Look, I there's a part of me. Look, I just to be serious, but also kind of fucking with you guys a little bit.
Okay.
Damn, this isn't the moment where I was like, yes, finally the MCU is about to be fucking crippled. This is not what I wanted. Not like this.
No,
I did not want this shit. I did not want this. Not like this. I was hoping like maybe Kevin Feige, he finally gets fired by Bob Iger and loses inspiration or some shit. Or, not this.
There's something that they did
when
T.I. had these allegations that he was responsible with something, women trafficking with his wife, okay? When that happened, Marvel Studios, and I'll try to look for it now, they had a statement saying, we will not feature T.I. in the new Ant-Man movie. Yeah. It said something like that. Now, he also may not have been under contract, so it was just an easy decision to make. But Kang, or rather Jonathan Majors, is under contract already. So we'll see if they have the same standard because they're virtually the same thing.
What has happened with T.I., by the way? Is he found guilty?
No.
Yeah. I mean, the case hasn't really. They never really followed up on it. I mean, it's and that happened a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, happened I think it was 2 years ago about them.
The MCU fans kept real quiet about that. But again, the thing is, I agree with you. I don't want to be part of that kind of toxic kind of shit. Like, and I not to say that I don't like the MCU, but people perceive me as somehow anti-MCU just because I like DC more.
No,
but that's I'm not willing to sacrifice a brother, down the river just because of my attitudes towards the MCU. That's one thing. That's the first number one thing. But secondly, it's just not right. This is completely different to the people who have worked on these movies, who have worked hard, all of those slaves that Kevin Feige's keeping in the CGI departments and all of that shit.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Check this out. Marvel Studios,
so they don't deserve for their hard work to be affected by one individual. That's how I perceive it.
Okay, you're right. It was 2 years ago in March of 2021.
Yep.
With all the Marvel content set to release in the near future, some other projects have been getting a bit less attention. As of now, fans know very little about Quantumania. Kang, an extremely essential. Let's just find the part that's. Oh, here you go. According to an article from the Hollywood Recorder, actor T.I. will not be reprising his role as Dave in Ant-Man Quantumania. The news comes in the wake of a slew of accusations of sexual abuse against the rapper actor.
Oh, so he was going to appear.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'm at the wrong place. I should have gone to Variety. I'll click on the Variety article, which says rapper T.I. will not be returning for the third installment. The performer who's off stage is Clifford Harris. Previously played a supporting role in the comedic assisting Paul Rudd Scott Lang. Insiders close to Disney Project said T.I. was never slated to return, despite the implication that the recent and grave allegations against him had to do with the decision. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like Ant-Man Quantumania had space for him anyway, to be honest.
No, there was no room. They weren't going to use him, clearly.
Even the Lewis guy, which I really liked. I couldn't see how you could fit him realistically into Ant-Man Quantumania. It just didn't make sense.
Am I not sure in the Variety?
Unless they fell into a quantum realm with them, then yeah.
Sure.
Or he shows up and does a cameo and like recaps Ant-Man 3 like he did 1 and 2. That's the only way they could have been included. They wasn't necessary for this story. I can see why they wasn't included because I'll be honest, they wasn't necessary. And I wouldn't have been mad if they didn't appear or not.
No, I would have loved to. Like, Lewis is always cool with me. He's my favorite MCU character.
Facts. Better than Tony Stark. I agree with her, man. Better than Tony Stark. Shouts out Lewis.
It's him and Groot.
Oh.
They're in trouble. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, all right, chill. Let's say, all right, there's a question for you since you're. I mean, I'm just as invested too. But let's say this is true.
Listen, guys,
and even if it's not true, what is happening with Kang? Well, what is happening with Kang? If this is true or not true, because I think regardless of anything, this would negatively impact his career, even if it's not true, because we know in Hollywood, for the most part, there's a lot of grimy and dirty people in Hollywood. But even once they find out you got a slight allegation against you, they will try to get away from you. It's gonna be years until Jonathan Majors can probably get back to doing any major films if this is true.
If this continues and if when it rains it pours. So we got allegation. We've got people who went to school with him saying, yeah, he's bad.
Yeah.
Should one more incident happen between now and the filming of Ant-Man? Kang Dynasty. If one more thing happens, I think Marvel will have to just go, okay, you know what? It's going to be Avengers vs. X-Men instead. That's what's going to happen, which kind of sounds good to me.
Yeah, it might be a good thing.
I think that they will try to hush this up. They don't have standards. They don't care about women or yada yada. They are going to let the legal process.
I mean, what do you think they're going to make the same mistake as Gunn and fire him? I remember when Gunn got in trouble for the tweets and they fired him. Yeah, they hired him back, but do you think they're going to do that again?
No, it's sort of a
fire him over allegation because they fired Gunn when that stuff was not found to be true. Do you think they're going to do that here? Like fire him in the midst of these allegations that haven't been proven yet.
We have until Monday. It's great that this has been released on a weekend. They've got time to settle and not make any drastic decisions. So the clearer heads on Monday will keep him.
Yep.
He's not going anywhere. I'm not worried at all. Are you worried at all? Even like 1% worried he gets fired?
I mean, I just hope the stuff about him being abusive and all this stuff ain't true.
I hope it's not
true. I really hope it's not because we don't got a lot of like good black actors out there like that. We don't. And
do you ever wonder who is the girl? Like, who's the woman? What does she look like?
I was supposed to saying it was girlfriend. Let's see who Jonathan Majors' reaching girlfriend is.
Jonathan Majors' girlfriend.
Because some are saying there's a girlfriend, or just a 30-year-old girl that he knows.
But if it's someone who's in the car and she's upset, like you're getting texts from other girlies, that's because you guys are intimately involved. She would feel that way. And how the hell is the story out? Well, only her side of the story is out. That's the thing. With his side of the story not being out, with him being completely quiet and he just had his representatives speak for him, he's doing the right thing.
He doesn't know who his recent girlfriend is on the internet. So I don't know.
She could be really recent. This could be their first date. I don't know. right, Nerdman?
Or
We don't
it
know.
could just be could just be not like just a regular girl. He just hit up like, hey, want to go kick it? Let's go do something.
But is her hair straight or curly? If you catch my drift.
Oh, blue eyes.
If she's got blue eyes, he's in trouble.
The marks that allegedly were put on the body may be more visible if the hue of the victim allegedly was.
Well, but if she's white, like that's bad.
I kind of do think that just because a whole day later they still went over to him and they booked him, they brought him in like a whole day later.
This is why
Chillmonger, even if he's innocent, the fact of her race will be bad for him if she's white.
Women of no color.
That's the women of no color. You can't say that. That sounds so bad.
Well, look.
It sounds like they're missing something.
If this is true, my brothers, I recommend that we just go back to dating sisters, because this is a prime example of what happens when these white devils.
Oh, come on, bro.
What are we watching? We watched some workout?
No, this is what happens when you chase the white chocolate. When you chase the white chocolate, this happens.
Drewski.
Look at that. Try and chase the white chocolate. You fell.
Did he break his leg? Oh, no. Shit.
Now, look. Hopefully, the white chocolate is coming over to be kind in the system. Watch what she does over this man's corpse. That's it. God.
She was reaching over to see if he's okay, and she shook in anticipation. She really cared. She was shaking.
Dancing on his grave.
But you know what? You said something that's
I'm joking, guys.
absolutely right.
I'm saying white people are bad, you guys. I'm joking.
Yeah. But you said something that's right. I don't care about the MCU at all. I care about in this situation, what I care about is a black actor.
Okay.
Who I really hope he is fucking innocent. That's what I care about. Because he's not only is he a black actor, he's a very talented and charismatic black actor, and I don't want to see someone that talented and black and who's obviously works hard waste his life away. But that doesn't mean I'll feel sorry for him if he's guilty.
Nerdman, if he's guilty of what is he being accused of? What is the guilt of? Like, it's strangling and
assault.
It's assault. But
it's strangulation, assault, and harassment.
Harassment's just there's a lot that can fit on harassment. The assault is more like I need the specifics, and strangling, that's pretty specific, honestly.
I think it was hitting enough to cause.
I can easily forgive somebody who hits.
Yeah, they didn't say if it was nothing sexual. It was nothing as of yet. It's nothing sexual.
That's unforgivable.
Yeah.
But in an act of like you're looking over at my phone.
What do you mean?
But if you're looking at my phone and I strike you, not of course wrong, not okaying. I'm just saying that it's not beyond forgiveness. What Chris Brown did because he was so young, I used to hate him. Now I'm like, but he grew up in that situation. We talked about this on stream before, right? Where it's like he can be a different guy now.
We have. I mean, for the Rihanna specific. This is my thing. For the Rihanna, let me break it down like this. For the Rihanna specific situation, Rihanna has forgiven Chris Brown. Now, I don't have to, and the other people that have that hate Chris Brown do not have to. But I'm not going to be more mad than the victim about a situation that I wasn't even a part of. If the victim has moved on from it, I'm moving on from it. If the victim is still mad, I'm not going to just be mad. Like, I'm going to be mad as her every single day. But
what were you going to say? Go.
But I have in a way forgiven Chris Brown for what he done, specifically with the Rihanna situation, because Rihanna has forgiven him and moved on from that matter and is doing selling out Super Bowls, and she has two kids.
She's got her life
she has moved on, and I'm moving on. I'm not going to be.
Chillmonger was going to say something about him being 33 years old. So
which is different than the Chris Brown situation where I can't give him the leeway. I can't say, well, your environment has formed you. This is a guy who's been old enough to know better. He doesn't have the excuse of hormones or whatever it is that young people got the excuse of, which is a valid excuse. I'm not belittling it. He should know better. So if he is guilty of strangling a woman to where there's bruising, I can't overcome my sensitivities to women's and their right not to be strangled. Like, so I think that this, if he actually did it, if there's like a camera on that taxi cab that shows us that, then hey, canceled.
It might be. You know what? Since most of the taxis nowadays, especially Uber drivers, do have dash cams and stuff and cameras inside their cars. Hopefully, they do have footage of what happened so we can dissect and see
what happened. Do you think about the lawyers coming out so emphatically saying he's innocent?
Oh, his representatives.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it more usual if they don't have like, you know, a real backup story? Like they don't have like, oh, this is his side and this can explain everything. Usually, won't they say more like we're gonna find out what happened or da da da?
Let me bring it up.
Or do they always just come out and say our client's innocent? This is like for instance,
they have it right here
with Jussie Smollett. His lawyers didn't come out and go, "Oh, our client's innocent," right? Like they said something. They used some legal verbiage.
Right here. So we look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up. His major spokesperson. I wouldn't say lawyers, but his spokesperson, his representatives.
Right. So that's pretty emphatic. You know what I'm saying? So that feels like that there's a side to this that we're not hearing.
That's why when it said that, I was like, what else is there to it? Because usually it's not that you don't hear them come out and say this stuff, but like with the rep, they're like, yeah, there's more to this than meets the eyes. This isn't just it. This isn't just it. There's a gray area with this whole situation. So I want to hear what
like Ezra Miller's representatives didn't say shit. If you remember what I'm saying. So if you compare, like,
because they probably knew, like, damn, you really did this shit. It's nothing we can do for you, Ezra.
And Variety never reported on Ezra for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So just the last thing, like, about this. So if somebody takes your phone or whatever, you grab your phone back. You don't strike them. I don't think there's any justification to strike someone for that.
Yes.
No matter what it is, you just try and get it back. And I would rather my girlfriend find out I'm cheating on her than fucking beat her up or strike her.
Right.
It's ridiculous. So that for me that doesn't hold weight as an excuse. Oh, she took my phone. The only thing that I think, I've always said this, I think there's no justification in hitting anyone, really. There's very little justification in hitting anyone. But any justification there is for hitting a man is the same justification you have for hitting a woman. I.e., they're being extremely violent with you. They're threatening you in some kind of physical bodily harm. Then for me, that's when all bets are off, right? Like, I'm not, just because you're a woman, you're coming at me with actual violence that might, like,
he'll never say that, nerd man. He'll never say, well, yes, I did strike her, but because she was coming at me with so much, I had to strike her. He'll never even admit to that unless there's a video. And then if there's a video, he'll never have to say that, because the video will show that she persistently was getting aggressive with him to where he had to put hands on her. And then I would go, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I can justify it. I can see why your initial reaction. We see a foul, someone hits him back.
Yeah.
The choke, though, that's where, like, oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't choke a woman. I would just hold their hand and be like, fucking stop.
But did it choke?
You know what I mean?
Did he choke her? Allegedly, did he choke her? But if it happened, was it in the same cab where that video will be showing?
We don't know anything. We just know this article, and for all we know, all of it is bullshit.
And if no video comes out, and if no audio comes out, and he doesn't admit to anything, he will be free of this. Whether he did it or not, I'm just saying he will be free of this. And as long as he doesn't have any more transgressions against white or just women. You can see the inner brain of Chillmonger.
Against white women, that's shit.
She might not be white. I don't know. I just the like swiftness of the arrest, even a day later, just feels like, bro, you're just gonna believe someone and all right, I'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't think I didn't know you could just arrest someone like that, even for something. So say I just go, oh, somebody assaulted me yesterday, like that guy. They can just arrest them
Well,
in America. That doesn't make sense, does it?
it
Unless there's
depends.
witnesses or
Yeah.
at least something.
Maybe the cab driver witnessed it.
Sometimes it depends. Like, okay, let's say someone calls, right, and they say a girl, let's say a man or girl, either one, they call and say, hey, my girlfriend or my boyfriend is hitting me, could you please send help, blah blah blah, and the police come, right? They assess the situation, look, you know, they push them aside, they look at
If
them,
it's
check
at the
them out,
time.
and they see I mean, there's no bruises and stuff. It's like, yeah, what's going on? They see that there's nothing really going on, you know. And they just like, all right, we're gonna go. It's a warning, blah blah blah, that type of thing. There's some cases where that happened, but in this situation, I mean,
I think
it's also New York too. Like, so all these states and stuff are not. They don't keep it. They don't keep the same energy when it comes to arrest and stuff.
They're inclined to believe a woman in New York.
I think, yeah, you're onto something, because I was sure of it. Like, thinking about, like, you can't just arrest somebody, like, because say you've got bruises, right? And then you go, oh, you know, somebody did this to me, like somebody hit me last night, right? Unless it was during the altercation, you see the person being aggressive, all you can do is take them in for questioning.
Yeah.
You can, or question them about it, and then you can build up a case, you know, if the person wants to continue with the charges, because again, it's innocent until proven guilty. But I think when it comes to spousal abuse or any kind of, you know, interrelationship violence, that there's different legal standards now. So you can just, like, a woman can just accuse the guy and they have to be arrested.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Like in some states, like,
I mean, in some states for the most part, yeah,
it's a protection law against women, right? Like that, which is in some ways I think is good. I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's good, but I do think it also, in some senses, if that is true, violates the rights of an individual. But
Kobe Bryant,
you know, it's maybe the lesser of two evils.
And I agree with you, Nerdman. If it's the day of, it's happening, he's in the home when the police arrive, all right, go ahead and, you know, book him. I understand putting cuffs on him for the protection of the woman. I get it. If you're still there when the police show up and you know you're the woman that you allegedly were in fighting with, call the police and you're still at the home. What are you doing? Leave. You should know better. But, like, whatever. I get it. The day of. But this was right after. So, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. I'm more skeptical about it. Maybe the relationship was over and she's like, well, I'm going to get something out of this. He hit me.
That's true. Could be.
So that's where I lean. That's where I believe. That's my perception of this. That's my theory of this. That's just where I am. And
what do you think of this other director who came out and said that he is abusive, and he is, like, he basically called him a sociopath?
Yeah.
So there's another person who came out and said this.
Is he white?
Yeah, I didn't bring it up because it's another person who.
It was a Twitter.
I'm gonna see if there's any other sources for that, because I don't want to spread bullshit.
I watched the video from Everything Always, and he had Twitter threads of the person who said those things. Who said, like, they knew that Jonathan Majors was this way, and now the world can see it. Ha ha ha.
Give me a second.
Marvel's having a bad week, with Victoria Alonso. And Victoria Alonso saying, like, you guys are getting rid of me because I spoke out. She's saying that you guys silenced me. Victoria Alonso changing, like, so much has come out since the Victoria Alonso stream that we talked about on my channel on Monday. Now,
what
I did this
against what?
Well, Bob Chapek, because he was fighting with Florida's governor about the new bill that was talking about, like, gay themes in schools and how you're not supposed to have them anymore. But she was like, my boss, Bob Chapek, we're coming after you. We don't agree with you. So it's a whole thing. I'm very badly characterizing the entire thing.
But wait, was he for the schools doing these gay themes, or he was against it?
No, Chapek was bending over for the rights, and she was like, "Nah,
For the rights. For the
Right.
rights.
the right wing."
Oh, for the right wing. Okay, and she was having none of it. He wanted to.
Yeah. So like,
basically
I think
support
Iger,
the gay rights.
and no matter who you are in any situation, if an employee's talking about a boss and there's a new boss now, and he's like, "All right, let's look at my staff." There's that one who speaks out against the boss.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure if I was blocked, but okay. So this is the thread I was trying to show you guys. There's this guy who came out and I retweeted. Damn, hold up. Chill. I'm a DM you guys this tweet. See if you guys can see it. Because I don't think you guys are blocked.
Yeah, send it to me.
I'm put it in the group chat. See if y'all can bring it up. Well,
one more thing with Victoria Alonso, that Argentina 1985 movie, she was not supposed to be a producer on at all. They let it slide, but when she showed up at the premiere or at the Academy Awards as a representative of those movies and not the Marvel movies, like Black Panther was up for nomination, that was like the final straw, according to the whatever I read it from. Okay, I don't see it.
Which makes sense.
Oh, wait, the count and the limits who can see.
Yeah, I can't see it.
So y'all can't see it. I can't see it. All right, you guys. I'm gonna drop this tweet in chat. Who is
A.B. Allen? Let's look up who A.B. Allen is. First of all,
this dude is some director. I mean, if y'all can see this person,
actually,
here you go.
You have to be one of the 2,100 followers of Tim Nicolay.
Yeah.
Tim Nicolay.
Yeah, this person dropped a tweet.
He is on IMDb.
Okay.
Tim Nicolay.
Yeah.
Let's see if he worked with Jonathan Majors.
Director.
Yeah.
Short director.
And it would be a big lie if he was like, you know, a friend of him in film school. Or
wait, who's this guy? Tim Nicolay. Who are you looking at, Joe?
I am looking at Tim Nicolay because that's who the tweeter, the Twitter thread.
I'm looking at AB.
Share your page real quick.
It was the same page you showed me. It was this page here.
Remember, the basis now MCU fans should be complaining about Jonathan Majors. Yeah.
You see who's like, it's his tweet that's blocked. It's the Tim Nicolay that everyone is replying to Tim Nicolay.
Yeah.
So when I click on his actual page, you know what I mean? He's from Brooklyn.
So they were showing earlier. Like
so he locked his tweet. He made himself private now.
Yeah.
I think he said he would. He was like, I know I'll get hate for this, so I'm gonna go away private.
Yeah. I mean, I should have screenshotted that shit.
There's probably YouTube videos with it.
Probably. But I still should have screenshotted it.
Yeah, but Chatter Bunny, what is this? A.B. Allen.
You want me to share your screen, Erman?
So I've got this person who he is, A.B. Allen, because I hadn't heard of him. So this is apparently director, whatever. And then I'll share the other screen of him confirming that he's talking about Jonathan Majors.
Hey, I'm really hoping that Marvel Studios start a new precedent of, we're gonna wait and see, let the legal process do its thing, because they have so much invested behind this. You know, he's their main villain. He has a movie named after him. They have so much invested with him that they will definitely cower out and be like, oh yeah, we just gotta wait and see what happens. Which, you know, for the future, that's the correct thing to do, even when it's a schmuck, even when it's a nobody.
Well, hopefully they did learn from their James Gunn situation. Hopefully.
Yeah. They brought him back, so that does mean they learned, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, but we know they brought him back because Chris Pratt and all those guys came together and said, "We are not doing no movie without James Gunn."
If he don't come back.
And that's the last Chris
Or
Pratt
maybe,
movie, I think.
or maybe they would, or maybe that's why they're going to kill the Guardians and kill all the Guardians that chose to side with James in this movie.
And they don't care either.
They're like, oh, you siding with James? All right, you're dead.
Batista's perfectly fine with that.
But that means they got to get rid of everybody. They would have to get rid of Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper as Groot, as Rocket, Groot, Drax. They have to get rid of everybody then if that's the case, because they all was like, no, we want him to stay.
Vin Diesel's not really part of that group. He's never on set there. He and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I mean anybody can do the I am Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot. Anybody can do that. It doesn't take a rocket science to pull that off.
A rocket science.
Rocket scientist. Well, you guys, I mean, thank you all, the 24 people here pulled up to the night stream. Usually we don't do these. We're late night, kicking it, chilling. I'm just playing some Sonic Frontiers right now. Yeah, we're just strictly just chilling like some villains. Not going to be here long because I do want to get some rest. Man, my weekend felt so short too. I got to go back to work tonight. And I'm not trying to go to work. I want to call out so bad, but then I'm like, nah, K-Dot, you got a cruise coming up. You got to save up money for that cruise. So, yeah. Oh, and I'll be going to Mexico. So you guys wish me luck. If the cartel do anything to me, it was great being on YouTube with everyone for these couple years. I'll miss you guys if something happens to me in Mexico.
What do you know in Spanish?
I know Hola, me llamo. My name is. Basura means trash. Bebe means drink. Hola means hi.
You gotta ask you gotta know what the 5 question words are. You gotta know who, what, when, where, why. Because when you're there, you're gonna be asking people where. Find out what is where. How you say WHERE? That's a good one. You'd be like, where? Hotel. And they'd be, oh, sí, amigo. 4 kilometer.
Let me get the Spanish translator.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm more. I think I'll be fine. I'm just more worried about the cartel doing something to me. Donde. Where is Donde? Donde está something.
That's all you need. Donde está restaurante? Oh, tacos.
Yeah, I should actually learn Spanish. But I'm not trying to learn another language. That's just it's hard enough learning one language. Do I really need a second? Not really.
One day. You're in California though. Spanish might be useful there.
I mean, once we get invaded by another country and they force us to, believe in another thing, then yes, maybe. But at this moment, nah, we'll be good.
You won't be conquered. Hunter Iggy says, SSJK.Sanctum, what's up? We were just talking about the Jonathan Major stuff, but I think we're done. We got it all, right? Like, everything's alleged. Everything is a mystery. Everything is up in the air, and he's staying quiet, except for that one little bit where his lawyer says he did nothing wrong. All right.
Right, yeah. Everything at this moment, guys, is literally just alleged. And at the end of the day, here, let me put it down here. I'm here to wait for further information, so we're going to do that. Going to take our time. It's like with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation, guys. You can't really, make decisions. I think I encourage everybody to wait. Stop jumping the gun, saying somebody's guilty or not.
Jumping the gun.
All right.
He's off with these puns today. The gun.
Run with gun. Jump with gun.
But
have
Amber
fun.
Heard and what she said, it got Johnny Depp out of Pirates of the Caribbean. That's Disney. You know, like there's a precedent here where they do, well, you know, they act on these allegations, and he was arrested and he's being charged. So like, figure it out. It's about the same thing, right? Like she was saying that he put marks on her, and now
Yeah.
this woman is saying Majors put marks on her. What are we doing? Come on,
But
Disney.
in the Amber and Johnny case, Amber got caught slipping with you know, she got caught on camera, basically. Well, not on camera, but caught verbally saying that she hit Johnny, which worked in Johnny's case.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, huh? You're gonna say that, and you think they're gonna believe you? She said that. Oh my god, that was a moment in the court. The jury's just gonna believe you, Johnny, in front of the jury, and then she had the nerve.
It's clear she was so mad that she wasn't thinking, but it's like, man, you really just she said, no, I didn't punch you, I hit you. When it's like, you literally just said the same thing. You said the same exact thing.
No, she pledged to punch him. There's a difference. Remember that the pledge thing? Did you donate? I pledged it. Did you donate it? I use pledge and donates anonymously. But the thing is, back to the studio, Marvel or Disney, Marvel, these guys have acted on less. And let's go. It's time now to on Monday morning to fix up. If Jonathan Majors and this incident, as well as that guy whose tweet is now private, that guy's incident, if it's enough of a red flag that you guys cannot entirely like focus on him to be the villain for a movie that's going to come out in 3 years, do you really want to go the next 3 years walking on eggshells and hoping Majors doesn't act out? Do you want to do that?
Right, because they could take the chance, not to say he won't, but it's like, is it really worth it? And also, they're not in too deep to the point where they can't recast. I mean, they're already in too deep with Loki season 2. Loki season 2 is more than likely already done, but his character will be playing a part in it. So they're going to have to release it or do reshoots again and reshoot with an entirely different actor for those same scenes.
Yeah.
And also, all the Kangs basically look like Jonathan. That's why I was saying, don't make them all look like Jonathan. That was one of my issues. Like, they're all variants. They all shouldn't look like Jonathan. Some of them should look like the Loki variants in Loki season 1. Like, they should have never made all the Kang variants look just like Jonathan.
They easily could have avoided this. Yup.
So when all the Kangs come back, they're about to look like, let's say, not for example, with a black actor, Damson Idris. And now all the Kangs gonna be like, wow, we all look different. What happened? Timeline got shifted again. Thanks to Spider-Man.
Thanks to Spider-Man. That's all. They can still do that in post-production. They can fix Loki to have some sort of way that's why Kang looks different the next time we see him. If they want to just commit to, or not commit, the opposite of commit. They want to just forego this relationship with Jonathan Majors. I would do it if I'm that company, and I'm like worried about perception, and there's my past where I did do it. I think I have to do it. I think I have to get rid of Jonathan Majors if I'm them and I'm being consistent. If I'm me, I don't care at all. Like, who cares? Jonathan Majors allegedly did something. Cool. Like, hire him to do acting. And if he put his hands on a woman who put his hands on his phone and he acted out, sure, he was wrong for doing it. The strangling is like that's the thing with me. It's just strangling part.
Yeah, that's taking it too far. Like, I understand. Let's say you like slightly nudge her, like you like kind of like get off me, stay out of my phone. Even though you still shouldn't do that. It's just you can still pull your phone away, put in your pocket, like back off. But like strangling, if that is true, hopefully it's not. But if he's strangled up, like, bro, we got problems. And I don't know, he must have been cheating. But hey, what if the girl he's with is not even his girlfriend? Right? What if it's just like a girl who thinks that's even though it still does make it right, but
okay, how about this? She's gonna say, I'm his girlfriend. He's gonna say, nah, I never treated her like a girlfriend. I never cared for her that way. Like, that's very possible.
Right. I mean, it may not even be a girl. These actors always hop into a new person every week.
You know, this is my New York girlfriend, and I have a Hollywood one.
So yeah, we'll see what comes out this week starting Monday. Nothing's gonna come out tomorrow, but Monday some news will be coming out. Gonna get an update, and hopefully Jonathan is innocent. Chill, you got anything planned coming up for next couple of days?
I think I'll gather my thoughts and talk about this Jonathan Majors on like a 5-minute video of mine. And then what else do I got? Probably should watch John Wick. Probably do a review on that. So that's coming up.
Oh, you really got it. John Wick 4 was
But it's a 3 hours. It's not just one I can just go to the movies. I actually got to plan it out.
It's the same length as Infinity War. It's 2 hours 45 minutes.
That's lengthy. Yeah. I'll see when I can do it.
Hey, it was honestly, I think it might have been better than Infinity War.
Of course. Do I need to watch any of the other prior ones to get myself reminded?
I recommend you should. I mean, if you need, John Wick is a refreshing action franchise movie, so I would say watch them all real quick. Like watch them all. They're not that long. Majority of the movie is just action, with some like intense, some good one-liners, zingers. But the story is good. It's basically a story of revenge. It's one big revenge story. Revenge and freedom. Why take Ant-Man out of theaters when it's already going to fizzle out of theaters anyways?
Huh?
Well, it's mainly for the people that was like basically saying, "Oh, Ezra Miller's in Flash. You need to take the Flash. You shouldn't put Flash in theaters, but on HBO Max." It's mainly for those people. It's got to kind of keep the same energy. Yeah, it's about to come out of theaters anyways, but by their logic, Ant-Man 3 should be out of theaters by now if this is the case.
No.
One actor is doing something toxic. I don't think they should take it out of theaters. I don't think they should. But the people bashing on Ezra Miller for having a Flash movie coming out and those allegations should keep the same energy. That's all I'm saying.
It's silly for Ezra Miller. It's silly for Majors.
Yeah.
It's not like he starred and directed and produced and funded and will profit off of this. This is a multi-people project, and I can't let other people suffer because one actor maybe did something.
Yeah, it's literally a team effort. People forget these movies are a team effort. They're not just one person making these. Ezra Miller didn't direct and shoot the whole movie himself. He didn't. He's not playing Supergirl. He's not playing Batman. So yeah,
he can't do that. And with this woman who's alleging these things against him, no.
I mean, yeah, for Loki, yeah, they could for Loki. Hunter Iggy said, "K-Dot, what about Bradley Cooper for Lex?" Bradley Cooper. Let me see what Bradley Cooper looks like these days. Bradley Cooper. Oh gosh. Could you see this man as a Lex Luthor? I don't know about this. He kind of has a.
Yeah.
He honestly, okay, it depends. Because he has different types of faces. He has a handsome face here, a very, and then he's a man of many faces. Lex Luthor, I don't know. This was like bald. Bradley Cooper bald. Bald. Gonna end in 2 minutes, guys. Oh, what the fuck? That's
it exists.
No, never mind.
Maybe if he's not smiling.
Never mind, guys. I don't want to see him bald. Well, he's kind of chunky here. Do you put on weight? Yeah, no. Like Lex Luthor has to have like a bald head, but you need to look like one of those bald headed, like Vin Diesel, bald but menacing looking, bald but menacing, not bald and you look like you touch kids or something. Bald. I mean, you need like menacing bald, not you do weird stuff bald. That's what Bradley Cooper looked like right there. He looked like he's a stalker. Last thing from movie leaks, which I think of Grace Renoff and BSL beef on the recent scoop. Who's BSL? Isn't that big screen leaks? Who's BSL?
And what wars?
And what recent scoop?
Scoops are so silly to me. You found out who's gonna play in that movie. Well, we were gonna see it in the trailer. Okay, who cares if you knew about it months prior?
Right. Or you found out Tobey Maguire was gonna be in King Dynasty. Well, that was kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you found out that at Star Wars Celebration, 3 movies will be announced. Yeah, that's what they do at these conventions, and we're still not getting the movies like until years or never if Kathleen Kennedy is behind him.
Oh, I was right. Big screen leaks. Or just get Clancy Brown to do Lex in live action Superman. Clancy Brown. That sounds familiar.
He said he stole her scoop from a month ago. How do you steal it? If she says it on the internet, someone else says it do with stealing?
Yeah. I can see this guy as a more convincing Lex Luthor. It's a very evil looking face. Very, very evil.
Too old, because you don't want just him for one movie. You want him for many.
I think I didn't get away with making Lex Luthor older though.
What if he dies?
AI. AI. AI is the only way to go. Nah, cast someone's like in their 30s. In their 30s. I think you don't need like late 30s. You don't need someone who's in their 20s for Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Someone in their 30s, a lot. She should be older than Superman at least. But yeah, guys. So we're gonna get ready to end this and get ready to close up and leave. I want to thank you all for watching. Chill. Any last things you want to say to the audience, to the people?
Thanks for watching.
You guys, we're heading up out of here. Love y'all. Anya Capone, get us out of here.
Got one of them niggas when I kill them called the Reverend. Cause no weapon formed against me shall prosper, yeah.